You've seen them, right? All over your social media feeds. These glowing, kind of futuristic-looking masks. They look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But what's the real deal with red light therapy? Is it actually the secret to perfect skin, or is it just a super expensive light show? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so let's get right to it. It's the question everybody's asking. Do these things actually work? Is there real science behind them? Or are we all just kind of falling for some really clever marketing? We're about to shed some light on the truth.
To figure out if it works, first we've got to understand what it even is. And, while it looks super futuristic, the science behind it has actually been around for decades. So let's break it all down. Okay, so red light therapy, or photobiomodulation if you want to get fancy, is basically a treatment that uses very specific wavelengths of light to wake up your skin cells. And here's a fun fact: NASA actually studied it first for helping with wound healing in space. Now, of course, it's used to rejuvenate skin without any pain or downtime.
But how can just light, have such a big effect on our skin? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, but it's all about biology. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening down at the cellular level.
So here's where it gets really interesting. See, not all red light is created equal. The red light you can actually see targets the surface of your skin, the epidermis, which helps with things like texture and tone. But then there's the invisible near-infrared light, and that stuff goes way deeper into the dermis to kickstart collagen and elastin production, the very building blocks of firm, youthful skin.
Honestly, think of it like sending your skin cells to the gym. This light exposure gives them this amazing jolt of energy. And that energy boost, in turn, ramps up the production of collagen and elastin. It also speeds up cell turnover and calms down inflammation, which is fantastic for healing things like acne and those annoying scars they leave behind.
So the science sounds pretty compelling, right? But what does this skin cell workout actually mean for you when you look in the mirror? Let's talk about the results you can realistically expect to see. And here is the payoff. Yeah, with consistent use, you can see some seriously impressive results. We're talking about diminishing fine lines, fading those stubborn post-acne marks, and calming down redness from things like rosacea. It can even help cut down on breakouts by dealing with that underlying inflammation.
Okay, but we have to be realistic here. Red light therapy is not a miracle in a box. It's not going to make deep wrinkles just vanish overnight. And it is definitely not a substitute for a solid skincare routine and wearing your sunscreen every single day. Think of it more like a powerful booster, not a total replacement.
And this is probably the single most important thing to remember. Consistency is everything. You're just not going to see a difference after one session. The benefits build up over time, so you really have to commit to regular treatments if you want to see a real change. All right, so let's say you're interested, you want to give it a try. You've basically got two main options. You can get an at-home device, or you can go for professional in-office treatments. Let's weigh the pros and cons of each one.
As you can see, it's a classic trade-off. At-home devices are amazing for convenience. You can use them anytime you want, but they're less powerful, so the results are going to be more gradual. In-office treatments, on the other hand, are way more potent, and they'll get you results faster, but they're also more expensive, and, you have to actually schedule appointments.
So, we've covered the science, we've talked about the benefits, the different ways you can get your dose of red light. Now it's time for the final verdict. Is red light therapy just hype, or is it a holy grail? The truth is, it's kind of somewhere in between. Red light therapy is a legitimate, scientifically backed treatment that absolutely can deliver real results. But it is not a magic bullet. It's a tool, and it's a tool that works best when it's part of a bigger, more comprehensive skincare approach. So who really gets the most out of this? Well, it's especially effective for people who are looking to tackle those first signs of aging, or maybe speed up the healing of acne marks, or just manage general redness and inflammation. For those concerns, it can be a total game changer. Ready to give it a shot at home? Okay, here's how to get the best results. Always start with a clean, dry face. No sunscreen. Use your device for about 10 to 20 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 times a week. Then follow up with all your usual serums and your moisturizer. And, you guessed it, be consistent. Now, before you start, a really quick but important safety note. While RLT is generally very safe, it's not for absolutely everyone. If you have a condition like photosensitivity, a seizure disorder like epilepsy, or melasma, please talk to your doctor or dermatologist before you try it. So, what's the bottom line here? The best way to think of red light therapy is as a supercharged supplement for your skin. It's not there to replace your daily routine, but it's a really powerful addition that can take your results to the next level. So in the end, whether red light therapy is right for you, well, that really depends on your skincare goals, your budget, and your willingness to stick with it. It is a proven technology, and it has the potential for some amazing results. So what do you think? Is this glowing supplement the answer you've been looking for?